I'm here. I think I'm here. I'm just waiting to see if I pop up. Oh, yes! And the stream is in excellent condition. However, I can't see anything yet. Is it going to pop? Ah, there it is. Lovely. Oh, that's super cool. Now, popping up there, popping up here. So yes, I'm actually live there as well, which is really cool. Oh, there's two of us watching. So I'm watching myself, and maybe somebody else is watching too. I'm just gonna put something in the chat and see if it pops up in there. Oh, wait on, I gotta be in the correct window. Too many windows. Here we go. And maybe some. Oh, there it is. Ah, yes, nice. It pops up there. I don't know how long it pops up there for. Up there? No, there. Cool. All right. I'm not used to working in looking at myself in the mirror too much. Doesn't really happen very often. So I wonder if I just have to delete that or make it invisible, or will it just pop up when people say things? I don't know. Yeah, anyway, so let's go to there. Oh, no, I'm just trying to figure out the best screen to be on. It's all a bit confusing. Yeah, probably here. Anyway, today I'm highly disorganized. But today I'm potentially looking at this so if I go into my Instagram account here, this is the storyboard that I've been working on for the Elijah and Crumpet. You gotta move the camera that way. For the Elijah and Crumpet kids book. And as you see here, I've got page 1, 2, 3, 4, all on the one page. 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the whole storyboard for the Elijah and Crumpet kids book. And I've been kind of working back to front. Don't know why. I basically got to do the layouts for these pages, and but today, I keep going backwards. So I've done that one. Kind of don't know. So really, we need to set up the house in its landscape setting. Because I've got this one on page 25 and page 26. But then the house also appears on page 1 and 2. So I've got to basically get that layout done. So I'll move over to Adobe Draw, and I'm trying to be a bit more professional, not going all with my mobile screen in between things. So here I am in Adobe Draw, and I need to set up a new project. So I hit the plus sign down the bottom here. Now I've set up about the highest resolution that I can get, and it works out really quite well when I put it in the trying to work out where my phone goes. Best resolution that I can get in the Adobe Draw app, which works out fine when I go over to the look at it in Adobe Illustrator. It looks nice and crisp, really big. I actually have to reduce it down in size. I'm not really much of a techie, but I'm just making it as high res as humanly possible. So, and the correct ratio for a double page spread is this Motivate Man high, as in high res. So, gonna click on that one and get that set up, and now I'm gonna go back through. I did have, see, this hills and whatever landscape I've got here. Oh, that's all one image. I'm not entirely happy with. I'm thinking of going with the other hills landscape that I've done, because I think it's a bit more polished, and so I might just flip over to, I'm gonna make that invisible, because if no one's talking to me, it just proves how, it just proves. So I think I did, just bear with me for a second. I'm gonna go to YouTube here and see if it worked going to my, if it was recording to my scheduled live, or whether it's created a new one. Ah, yes, it's done it. That's awesome. Probably don't know what at all I'm talking about, but anyway, I'm trying to work out where I should be watching from. I'll watch from here. That's the best spot. So I'm looking for, back down when I got to these ones. That's original draw canvas size. And I think that's where I had, okay, so this original picture here had all of the characters marching along with their happy song. So that is kind of the background. Now, what I'm thinking is I might use this background, might use the hills, but I might have to create different hills. Now, what am I talking about? Different clouds. Make a different sky and a bit of a different color variation on that as well. So I'm all just kind of figuring this out as I'm going along, but it's kind of what I wanted. I wanted all these elements that I could draw upon, get it? Okay, save that image out. And I go back to up here to create my backgrounds, add an image layer on my phone. That's pretty much that. Now what I can do is I'll leave that one there. Just leave that one there. So I'll call that page, might call that page, let's go back to house background. And then save that one out. And then here I can do some adjusting of coloration. Keep in mind I'm going to change the clouds completely. So vivid warm, that could be more of a sun in the evening kind of thing. I'm thinking that's maybe for later in the day. Or dramatic warm. That's quite nice. I quite like the dramatic warm. I think I'll go with dramatic warm. Then we'll go with another background here. And just trying to think whether I can do one more like that with a house larger. I'm going to give myself a few options here. Where did I rename? That's it. Let's just call it house dusk. House background dusk. House background day. And then I might go into it changed it, that's annoying. I see what's going on. What I have to do is I don't want the square one. That's right. Okay, that's the one I want, so there was a duplicate option. Duplicate, that's what I want. Give me two of them. So we've got evening, day, and we'll make this one morning time, all through the power of filters. warm. So we want, yeah, dramatic warm. Dramatic. Something like that is a nice contrast. So we had dramatic warm and vivid warm. That's cool. So that one, and that one. Morning, daytime, nighttime. Well, evening time, you know what I mean. Cool. And I think, the book will progress through the day. So we'll start off with morning time. So that's the house there. Now I need to get the house and find my best house. Not sure if that's my best house. No, that's not my best house. So draw Canva. These are the elements. So that's what I had. I'm going to have to put this one into PixArt. Cut this sucker out. Now, the only issue is, I think I need to go to an earlier house because I've got shadows burnt into that one. I'll get there eventually. Out of Read, hello, how you doing? Great to have you here. I'm creating this kids book, the Elijah Crumpet kids book. I'm doing it all on the mobile, the Adobe Draw Illustrator mobile app on my phone, and yeah, so I'm just at the point now where I'm getting all of the elements together to lay them out into the pages. Now I've did some silly things here, but this one, if I got my original house drawing here. You're doing well. That's great to hear. Whereabouts you're from the States? I think from memory. No, did I have a house on here? No, I didn't have a house on there. Oh, see, I'm just new to all this, and I need to have things well labeled. It's kind of labeled, but kind of shitty labeling. transform it back into there. Now for some reason, Canada, East Coast. Yeah, cool, awesome. And so yeah, I'm currently, so my day job is mowing lawns. So I draw when I can, and I'm in the car using the library's Wi-Fi to get some drawing done. So there you go. You know, you do what you can when you can. So save that image. And then, for some reason, I did this black edge around the house. Silly, because now I've got to take it off. I'm going into PixArt, which is my Now, Art of Read. What do you use if you do this kind of thing on your phone? What do you use to cut out images? Like, so I'm using PixArt, and as you'll see, like, I know you can do it in Photoshop and all that kind of stuff, but I'm a cheap ass, and also because I wanted the challenge of doing the whole project on my phone. But as it turns out, Adobe, like the Adobe Draw app, you can't get high-res images off the Adobe Draw app. You have to then put them in the Adobe Cloud and get them from your app into the Adobe Cloud, and then open them in Illustrator to then be able to get a high-res image. So it's a pain in the ass, quite frankly. And so what I do is, so I'm not really a trained artist or anything like that. I had this idea with the kids' book of doing all the pages by creating the pages with a whole lot of different layers. So the character would be one layer, like stuff like this, like the house would be another layer, and then I'll be able to use all the different elements and kind of piece them together to make up the full page in my final designs, which is kind of working, but I got to do that in Adobe Draw now. So just to show you like what I've done here just recently, because I've got 3 scenes. I'll probably best to go into the photos. I've got 3 scenes that have the same background that kind of progress during the day. And so like what I'm doing is having this as a morning scene, and then having this as the daytime scene, and then having that as the evening scene. And you know, I've taken my illustration and just kind of basically put a filter on it, and I'll be able to zoom in or whatever on that a bit more, and then get a feel for you know, the changes through the day of the lighting. So that was just an idea I had. I wonder if the chat comes up here. No, the chat feature doesn't come up there. I'm using the Prism Live Studio app, and I'm really new to it. Hence why I'm kind of can't carry on a very good conversation, and I'm kind of a bit all over the place. Anyway, I was in PixArt. The more I do this, the more I'll get used to it, and I like the idea of going live. Oh no, don't tell me I've lost my project. Yep, that's a bit of a bastard. Luckily I didn't go too far. Okay, free crop, here we go. So the edges have to be kind of close, but they don't have to be perfect, because then what I do is do all my outlines when I piece them together on the page. But still, I'll kind of make that small and get in there a bit. But so it's a multi-step process, you could say. So what do you use to illustrate on? How to read? I think for my next project I'll be giving Procreate a try. Because it's like Adobe gets you in for the subscription model, and it's very expensive if you know not at that point where you're making much money out of this. It's raining now. I gotta go and do some lawn mowing stuff soon in the rain. Oh, now I've got some comments up. Even though the art of read appears to have left the building, I'm gonna chuck that up there. See what it looks like. There it is. Oh, we don't want that welcome back to the chat, learn more thing. Yeah, that's not working as well as it could be, because we don't want all that YouTube stuff down there. But anyway, I think there's a way of working out to put a widget in there. I just got to work out how to get me a widget. Okay. Now I'm going to take off the plant on the veranda. Hold on, let me back that up a little bit there. Go the rail. And I'll tidy this up in post, you might say, with the whole rail stuff. I'll kind of work out how it goes then. Might just take out that whole section. And then when I'm going over it on my next layer, I can add some detail in there and you'll be able to see in the background. Okay. It's kind of working. I need to set up something better. We're working on the phone. Hey Jelly Duck! Great to have you back, Jelly Duck. How are things going today for you? So what I'm working on today, I've got 3 backgrounds, 3-page layouts that are very similar. It's the Elijah Crumpet household exterior set against some mountains. And what I've just done so far is I've exported the mountains and done a few different filter variations on them. So you know, this is the great thing about using layers, is that I've put 3 different filters, one for the morning, one for middle of the day, and one for the evening. And I've drawn that background of the mountains very big, so I can be zoomed in, I can be zoomed out. Plus I've got the different lighting for each of them, all from one picture. So that's really, I'm pretty impressed about that. That's really happy with that. So again, I'm in the Pixar app. I spend too much time. Oh yeah, and Jelly Duck. Please, if you could post those links again, because for some reason when I set up the stream last time, it didn't save the live stream comments. And then when I went back into YouTube Studio, I noticed that there was a toggle for see the live chat in the replay, and it was off. So I don't know why that turned off, because my first two it was turned on. So yeah. So there was that one comment you had about the app you were using, kind of suggesting to do cutout stuff like this, and plus that video of yours as well, the latest video of yours. Oh, I don't know whether, in terms of the app, it wasn't a link. We were talking about how I cut this stuff out in the app called PixArt, and you were saying that maybe try this other app. I, for the life of me, can't remember what it was called. And the other link was using GarageBand if you're not really musical like myself, because I was talking about GarageBand and how it'd be cool to create some kind of beats for some of my videos myself. However, I don't have a musical bone in my body, so I was just kind of asking, you know, whether that's something you can potentially do in GarageBand on my kind of skill level. Okay, I think I got this Queenslander homestead all sussed out there, cut out, sussed out. Save that out. Next, save time to serve me some adverts. Save, download photo. Done. And then I should have a homestead. Saxophone app, could have been. I'm a bit confused now. Now, dusk, I reckon. Dusk. The question of whether dusk is redder than. Oh, that's right, I was going to set up another one. So, Motivate Man, high res, background, adding image. So, all these photos. So, I've got. Trying to work out which one I haven't got now. So I've got the kind of that one. It'll be the last one. Image mode. Be that one. But if I had my time again here, I would have not put the clouds on this layer. I would have had some separate isolated clouds, then I could have different clouds for different pages. Anyway, you live and learn. Yeah, so looking out at dawn day. So we'll call this house background dawn. See, I'm finally starting to get a little bit organized with my naming of files and stuff, because initially I didn't have many files, and now I've got lots of files. So dawn, and if we go to Instagram, so this is my storyboard I'm going from. You can see at the top here That's for Homestead on the background. That's at dawn. Then we're using the hills again in the back of this top one here with the stationary monsters chasing after Crumpet. So that's the second one with that background. And then the third one with this background is this back one here. So the Hold On Elijah to Your Bedroom, I think I'll be cropped in closer for that one. And for this one, I will be out wider. So I'm going to go as wide as I can for dawn. Let's see if I can transform that at all. Just give me as much as humanly possible, but being careful not to leave any white around the edges. And now I'm thinking of cutting the stairs off because it just takes off too much room. Like if I had that landscape right back in there, everything's going to be far too small, and this page is divided down the middle. So that's going to be cropped. So this opening page is kind of going to be cropped like this. The last page is going to be much tighter like this. Yeah, so that's how that'll work. And then of course the other one will be without it completely. So now's when I can kind of add shadows to the house and whatnot. And you see a line edge here as well around the edge of a roof line. Now one thing I want to do, go into my friend Typorama. I just need, there we go. Typorama, where are you? So what I want to do is get me a color like white and set it as an Instagram post because that's square. I don't know if I give you just plain square. 1:1 square, there we go. Remove the text and just share that. This is basically as a guide. It's not perfect, but it's just a guide. And that way, when I come into this page, wait on, I want it here. Oh no, do I want it over? I want it over everything. Image layer. Okay, so now what I do is I can make this, bring that transparency down, and I can transform this. As I say, this is not exact, but it gives me a bit of a idea where the center of a page is. And yeah, so there we go. That's a little hack, or not. And yeah, Jelly Duck, I've got this thing as well. I could go like this, but I need a widget for it, I think, because basically I've just there's the chat. There you are in the chat, but it's just for YouTube chat. Oh, it's gone again. Here it is. There it is again. It's a YouTube chat, but there's a widget you can get so people's comments come up like that. So it looks a bit rough because it's got all the YouTube stuff on it. But anyway, I'm slowly figuring this thing out. So now, now have I got a library for the house? I think I did. House exterior. Here we go. Here's all my swatches, or whatever they call it. Percent. And try and get my line. Oh, that's right. Delete that. Pressure dynamics and velocity dynamics get me every time. What's going on now? Something's gone on. My phone's vibrating at me. Still working. I'll come along and tidy this up in a sec. But massively close here. Okay. Oh, time for some coffee. It's probably gone cold by now. Still drawing some house in this part. Yep. This is for the first double page spread, but a similar shot will be on the last page double page spread, you know, it'll be bookended, as they say, and there'll be another picture later with the same similar background without the house. Now, trying to work out what I want to do with. Okay. Some. Oops. Change our house swatch over to. It's white on the veranda. Well, that's right. I need to do paint the veranda white. I got to paint the veranda white. That's not white highlights. That's going to confuse me. White house paint. It's going to be on about 50%. So the veranda and around the windows is going to be this white. And then, let me just get this little bit as well, and then I'll kind of experiment and see how it looks. Now I'll call it a white edge. I don't know if that looks better under that. I probably will if I did a bit of adjustment. trimming along here. Okay. This is kind of my test corner, you could call it, just to get a feel for it. There we go. Yeah, so that gives a feeling for what that will be on the veranda. About these shadows in yet. Back to some white house paint. What's that? No. So hopefully it's not as boring as watching paint dry, as boring as watching painting a house. But I just kind of any colours do you pick? How do I pick the colours? So to go into colours, you hit colour here. Now I've made a colour library, which is all my house colours, which is pretty simple. I've just got the light blues the body of the house, dark blues the roof, and the white as the highlights and veranda paint in the back. But I go into themes, and these are a whole bunch of colour themes that are available. Or you can create your own with the colour wheel and picker. You can also, if you have a photo as your background or whatever, you can select the colour out of there with a picker. If you put touch for colour thing there and then go across, and then you'll find that you've got that colour then too. So there's good ways of selecting the colours in there. So I'm at low battery again for the laptop. That's interesting. Uses a fair bit of power. Going live on battery. But that's good. It gets me an hour. Then I can go around and grab the edge. See, and I think I might have sucked more power because my phone was only at 60% battery life, but now my phone's almost 100%. So, oh well. Now, I need to make sure I've got this thickness the same. No, it's completely not the same. It was about 15. No, more like 10. But bad memory. No. Another good hint in your where you're naming your layers is to actually write in the width of your line in that. So so you don't have to kind of keep remembering, on what thickness did I do that line? Yeah, that's what I do. Oh, I think I'm going to have to end this live stream before my computer just does it naturally. So thanks so much for joining, Jelly Dope, and we'll see how much further I can get progressed on this tonight. Catch you later. Have an awesome day.